Here are 100 food-related American idioms with their meanings and short examples. Big cheese, an important person. Example, he's the big cheese. In a pickle, in a difficult situation. Example, I'm in a pickle. Bring home the bacon, earn a living. Example, she brings home bacon. Hot potato, a controversial issue. Example, that topic's a hot potato. Piece of cake, something very easy. Example, the test was a piece of cake. Burger flipper, fast food worker. Example, he's just a burger flipper. The whole enchilada, everything, the full package. Example, he wants the whole enchilada. You want fries with that? Adding something extra. Example, fries with that attitude? Where's the beef? Where's the substance? Example, where's the beef in this? Put all your eggs in one basket, risk everything on one venture. Example, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Gravy train, easy money situation. Example, he's on the gravy train. Go bananas, go crazy. Example, she went bananas over it. Spill the beans, reveal a secret. Example, he spilled the beans. Cheeseburger in paradise, a perfect, carefree life. Example, living a cheeseburger in paradise. Eat your heart out, be envious. Example, eat your heart out, John. Full plate, very busy. Example, I've got a full plate today. Ketchup on your fries, ordinary or expected. Example, it's like ketchup on fries. Dog's breakfast, a mess. Example, that project's a dog's breakfast. Hot off the grill, fresh or just made. Example, news, hot off the grill. Jump from the frying pan into the fire, go from bad to worse. Example, jumping into the fire here. Put a bun in the oven, be pregnant. Example, she's got a bun in the oven. Red hot, very popular or successful. Example, that product is red hot. Bite the big one, fail or die. Example, that plan bit the big one. As easy as pie, very simple. Example, that job was easy as pie. Sizzling, very exciting. Example, that idea's sizzling hot. Meat and potatoes, the basics. Example, he likes meat and potatoes work. Hot dog, show off. Example, he's a hot dog skier. Burnt to a crisp, completely ruined. Example, the toast's burnt to a crisp. Cry over spilled milk, complain about the past. Example, don't cry over spilled milk. Sweeten the deal, make the deal better. Example, let's sweeten the deal. Grill someone, question intensely. Example, the cops grilled him. Cut the mustard, meet expectations. Example, he can't cut the mustard. Out to lunch, unaware or distracted. Example, he's totally out to lunch. Cooking up something, planning something. Example, they're cooking up a scheme. Butter someone up, flatter for favors. Example, he's buttering the boss up. Hot under the collar, angry or upset. Example, he got hot under the collar. Cool as a cucumber, very calm. Example, she's cool as a cucumber. Have bigger fish to fry, more important matters. Example, I've got bigger fish to fry. Like two peas in a pod, very similar. Example, they're like two peas in a pod. Apple of my eye, someone cherished. Example, she's the apple of his eye. Take it with a grain of salt, not take it seriously. Example, take his advice with salt. All sizzle, no steak looks good, lacks substance. Example, it's all sizzle, no steak. Beef up, strengthen or improve. Example, beef up security now. Hard to swallow, difficult to believe. Example, that's hard to swallow. Your goose is cooked, you're in trouble. Example, your goose is cooked now. Put your money where your mouth is, back up words with action. Example, put your money where your mouth is. Dressed to the nines, dressed very well. Example, she's dressed to the nines. Feeding frenzy, wild, excited behavior. Example, a media feeding frenzy occurred. Grilled to perfection, done exceptionally well. Example, that steak is grilled to perfection. Not worth a hill of beans, not important. Example, his opinion isn't worth beans. In a jam, in trouble. Example, he's in a jam right now. Eat crow, admit you were wrong. Example, he had to eat crow later. Egg on your face, embarrassed. Example, now he has egg on his face. Chew the fat, chat casually. Example, they chewed the fat for hours. Like a kid in a candy store, very excited. Example, he's like a kid in a candy store. Cook the books, falsify financial records. Example, they were caught cooking the books. As American as apple pie, very American. Example, that traditions as American as apple pie. Finger licking good, very tasty. Example, the chicken is finger licking good. Food for thought, something to think about. Example, that's real food for thought. Ham it up, exaggerate or overact. Example, he loves to ham it up. Cold turkey, quit something abruptly. Example, he went cold turkey on smoking. Go cold, lose interest. Example, the deal went cold. Full of beans, energetic or enthusiastic. Example, the kids are full of beans. Hit the spot, very satisfying. Example, that burger really hit the spot. Too many cooks in the kitchen, too many people involved. Example, there are too many cooks here. Take a bite out of reduce or lessen. Example, that bill took a bite out of my savings. Have your cake and eat it too, want two conflicting things. Example, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Burnt out, exhausted or overworked. Example, I'm feeling burnt out. Hot cakes, something that sells quickly. Example, these phones are selling like hot cakes. Mouth-watering, delicious or tempting. Example, that pizza looks mouth-watering. Bite off more than you can chew, take on too much. Example, he bit off more than he could chew. Cook up a storm, prepare a lot of food. Example, she's cooking up a storm today. Milk it, take advantage of something. Example, he's milking the situation. Sausage fest, mostly men present. Example, that party was a sausage fest. Cut the cheese, pass gas. Example, who cut the cheese? Bring home the burger, achieve something great. Example, he brought home the burger. That's the way the cookie crumbles, that's how life happens. Example, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Cool your buns, calm down. Example, hey, cool your buns. In the soup, in trouble. Example, he's really in the soup now. Eat like a bird, eat very little. Example, she eats like a bird. Couch potato, lazy person. Example, he's such a couch potato. Eat someone for lunch, dominate someone in competition. Example, she'll eat him for lunch. Serve it on a silver platter, give without effort. Example, he served success on a platter. Let them eat cake, symbolize ignorance of the poor. Example, the rich let them eat cake. Knuckle sandwich, a punch in the face. Example, he's asking for a knuckle sandwich. Cut and dry, simple and clear. Example, the decision's cut and dry. Sweet tooth, a love for sweets. Example, she's got a real sweet tooth. The icing on the cake, an extra benefit. Example, that promotion's the icing on the cake. That's a hot take, controversial opinion. Example, that's a really hot take. You're toast, you're in big trouble. Example, you're toast if you're late. Stew in your own juices, suffer the consequences. Example, let him stew in his juices. Meat grinder, tough situation. Example, that meeting was a meat grinder. Pickle juice, difficult situation. Example, we're in pickle juice here. Hold the pickle, customize something. Example, hold the pickle on mine, please. Have beef with someone, have a conflict. Example, I have beef with him. Like a hot knife through butter, easy and effortless. Example, he cut through it like butter. Have a lot on your plate, be very busy. Example, I've got too much on my plate. Fast food for thought, quick idea to consider. Example, that's fast food for thought. Fatten up, prepare or increase. Example, they're fattening up the project. Eat up the profits, reduce profits. Example, expenses ate up the profits. These idioms are commonly used in everyday American English, often referencing food metaphorically.